Hello, this is Fish on My Pal, and this is 1941 in the year 2017. But no, keeping on with this little Capcom marathon thing that I spontaneously started doing for some reason, is 1941, a counterattack. You know, just a little shmup that Capcom has done. This ain't the first one they did in this series. This is, I think, the earliest chronological wise. I only say that because I think one of them is called 1940X, and who knows what year that takes place. So I went with this one for the first one to play. Don't really play much shooters, shmups like this. I'm actually trying to think of the last one I played. And honestly, I'm coming with a blank. If Galaga counts, then that's really it for me when it comes to these kind of games. And, of course, I'm playing this with the Capcom collection here, which is, you know, really neat. Also, probably see it in this video here, and if not, then I'm just gonna look like a silly person, but, recording this video has some weird effects going on in the side of the video there. I don't know what's going on with that. And of course, I'm too lazy to edit properly. But here we are at that first level boss. But 1941 Counterattack, these old Capcom arcade games are pretty neat, pretty fun. You know, it's just a good old time. Insert some fictional quarters. And I couldn't imagine how many quarters I would lose to these games. Well, I mean, you probably could if you saw the Commando video. Jesus, I would be out of quarters really quickly. Well, that takes care of that. Now, I know with this one, this game introduced charge attacks. You know, just hold the shoot button and you can unleash a more powerful attack. And of course, like other stuff, you collect power-ups to increase your firepower or have special abilities. Ooh. So these sound effects, some of them sounds like they appeared in Final Fight at some point. That might just be me being silly, though. Also in this game, if you press your other button, there's only two buttons for this game, you can unleash your super attack, and like most early Capcom arcade games, it takes your health away when you use it. But each level of this game is really short. Like, really, the longest one is, I say, the last two levels. We got a wall here that we have to blow up. And we blew it up. That's how you unleash your charged up attack. Just let go of the button. Kind of like Mega Man in a way. Also, you know, when you're low on health, you know, it makes the beeping noise. Get used to that in this playthrough. I'm still thinking of if I ever actually played any of those shmup games. I'm sure I have, other than Galaga. I had to. I'm just drawing on blank. I know I never touched any of the Toho games. There's no way I can only play Galaga. Yeah, I mean, if that counts. Which I don't see why not. I mean, I think it counts. Sort of. Because I know I never played R-Type. I never played Gradius. Never played Touhou, like I said earlier. And that takes care of that boss right there. Yeah. Now we're going to the canyon. The canyon in 1941. Wonder if this is canon to the Street Fighter Final Fight games. That'd be kind of silly if it was. Well, it would be silly. I mean, it'd be interesting. I doubt it though. Oh, we got dead. Alright, got some points. Increase that score. Oh, don't hit the walls because you did get touch damage. That kind of makes you spin out of control. Don't know if you're invincible during that spinning little animation, but it's a thing in this game. So avoid the walls if you can. I gotta say, for 1941, the technology is very advanced in this weird structure. Interesting laser sound effect. Check out this guy here. Giant rocket. Now, I might not have been born in 1941. Now, I might have not. Now, I don't have to really study up on technology capabilities in the year of 1941, but I'm pretty sure a rocket like this was not possible at that time. Maybe. well. But there's a phase 2 to this fight. Okay, we just immediately died, but that's okay. We got this. But that thing just blew up just like that. I do like the ending images for each, after each stage. They're a really nice touch. Also, the music, these early Capcom game music is pretty cool. Like, I'm a fan of the Final Fight music too. So it's good to hear the other songs of the different games around this time era. I think this one came out after Final Fight. Pretty sure it did. I can make my own airplane sound effects too, don't you know? I'm guaranteed that was an airplane noise that came out of my mouth there. Classic arcade goodness. Shooting those buildings down. Sorry, I suck at video games. You're gonna be hearing that noise for a little bit. Alright, with this guy, you can only really attack him when his cannon's out, so be cautious with that. Alright, next stage. They're so cute. It's little tiny planes with the giant big planes. I would like to get matchboxes of these planes. I'm actually wondering if Capcom ever released like little tiny figurines of these airplanes. That would have been really neat. I could be on board with that. And of course, in 1941, there was lasers that put to your planes. Which, actually, you know, given the time, I know there was a lot of experimentation going on. Who knows? Oh, hey, it's this guy again, sort of. He kind of got an upgrade, I think. Don't know about my laser technology. In the year 1941, I counterattack. Got our little mini buddies here to help us out. Hold on to your butts with this charge. Don't use it yet. Okay. No, they took over this castle fortress thing. Or maybe they built it themselves. We can do this, lone pilot. But it doesn't have to be a lone pilot. You can get 2 players on this action, which I imagine would be a very frantic but fun time. Well, that's not. I don't know where I got Gray from. This Brown City. Check out this guy. He got a little bit of an upgrade from last time we faced him, if it is the same thing. But yeah, this is a, one long level. Gotta push on through. Not very talkative in this particular one. I realize that. Could end up being quite boring, I understand. But going back to what I said at the very beginning, that just been on a Capcom kick, I guess, because I'm actually sitting down and going through my games, my library and whatnot. So it's pretty interesting. And these playthrough videos I've been doing is a way for me to actually go and play these games and let me experiment. Or not experiment, but let me test out stuff and get good at them. Well, get decent at them at the very least. Because with me in particular, I have to at least beat the game once before I even consider doing a playthrough of it. Which seems fair, I mean, I think. Because it's kind of weird to me. Anyway. Well, it varies. Some people do very good jobs at doing blind Let's Plays. And sometimes the games are better to do blind, like Heavy Rain, for example, could be fantastic than doing a blind playthrough of it. As the Telltale games, Telltale, the Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, and what have you video games, seem to be better during blind playthroughs, I believe. Etc., etc. Alright, so we got this guy taken down. But now, here's the ultimate weapon they've been constructing in 1941, a counterattack. This thing. So advanced. You know what, Capcom? If you guys ever make another one of these games, Aliens. I can see it working. 1949, Aliens. Or heck, the Roswell incident. There you go. Do it during that year. The UFO boom. It could work. Well, that guy was easy. Because we have unlimited quarters. But yeah, that was 1941 Counterattack. It's an interesting little shoot 'em game, and as a little bit talked about. I know I didn't say I talked a whole lot in this playthrough, but I haven't really played much Slups. Like, honestly, I still on the top of my head, I can only think of Galaga, but I'm sure I played something else. So it's interesting, and I would like to check out the other games in this series. I know this ain't the first day release, so going forward, some of them's not going to have as much stuff as this one does, but, I like playing my games in chronological order. like whenever I would get down to doing Metal Gear, which I really do want to do at some point, I'm gonna go do that chronological order. Not everything though. I'm not gonna do everything chronological order, but just stuff that makes sense. Because I'm weird. But yeah, this has been 1941, A Counterattack. Good game. I recommend it. You can get this on the Capcom Collections. I got the PS2 versions. That's how I've been playing these little bit of arcade games. It's a good time. It's a good, grand old good time. And if all else fails, arcade emulation. I do not have a problem with that. Emulation. I'm butchering that word, I'm sure. Because, some of these arcade games, they have not been re-released. So sometimes a ROM is the best way to go. Just like this autosave.